Okay, welcome back. I wanted to do a quick addendum to my previous video in regards to these trinity of pump and dumps. There you go. And you got Wimi, nicer picture there. That's not their official logo, but I do like that logo more for what it's worth. Hollow and Mlgo. That's Mlgo's logo. Very generic. So the point of this video is, number one, to point out that among Chinese stocks, these are still the best ones. Besides, what is that car company? They have a car company. Can't really remember the name right now. In any case, there's one car company that makes a Chinese car company that makes electric vehicles. Li Auto, Li. That's probably the best Chinese stock that actually has a product. And if you're going to invest long term in a Chinese stock, that's probably the one you want to invest in. Li Auto, that one there, if you can see that. But among other Chinese stocks, a lot of them are pump and dumps. And the sad thing is, and the scary thing is, they tend to disappear. So they'll pump one day and then they'll never appear again, never pump again. Whereas with these three, the only kind of comfort is, see, MLGO's dumping again. The only comfort in these three, now I can't say conclusively they're all related, except for MLGO and Wimi. I know for sure they are connected because Wimi owns MLGO. This is still speculation whether they own Hollow. However, there's been a lot of posts on Reddit showing there's press releases and quarterly reports, and they link directly to Wimi's website. So I'm wondering, okay, why is that? And why are the press releases? The press releases are so eerily similar, it's crazy. You either believe in coincidences or just happy accidents. I don't believe in coincidences. Or are they going to say, oh, this is our adopted brother, Hollow? No, I'm not gullible, okay? So pretty sure they are related in some way or another. They're based in Shenzhen, these two, and headquarters in Beijing, okay, naturally. So, yeah, the point is, these stocks, although they are pump and dumps, have a strong suspicion they are pump and dumps. Let's look at the day's action here. You can see pump to 10 and then went down to just below 7, 684 to be exact, and went right back up to almost 10. Actually did go to 10, then went to 11, 59, 1171, and now it's going right back down to below 7. Could Monday and Tuesday be even higher? Possibly. We'll see. This could be the prime for a short squeeze or whatever. Not really short squeeze, but a pump and dump. So that's the reassuring thing about these stocks, is that they tend to pump and dump every so often. It's not like they just show up on the scene and they disappear and you never hear back from them. You know, they don't ghost you, so to speak. They stay viable for a good amount of time, even more than a year or two. I'm going to look on my phone because my laptop's giving me issues right now. So MLGO, let's look at MLGO on my phone anyway. They've been in business since before 2015. Actually, it says here 2021. So since 2021, it was Wimi that has been in business. I think 2015, something like that. So how long will this last? That's the big question mark. That's the big exclamation point, the asterisk, whatever you want to call it. It's the big warning in terms of the stock. How long will it keep running for? And that same question applies for all three stocks. But your best bet for MLGO in terms of this stock, entry point, let's get a good entry point here. I wanted to make sure to give you a good entry point for these stocks. So $1.30 and below. $1.30 and below. Don't buy more than $1.30. That's how you get burned by these stocks. They aren't scams unless you are buying at the right price. They're only scams when you buy too high. Like right now, if you're buying right now, yeah, you're gonna get scammed. It's gonna crash. Obviously, you're gonna say it's a scam. You scammed yourself because you bought too high, and you know what? I did the same thing. So that's MLGO. Just keep looking at that. Let's look at Wimi next. Actually, no, let's look at Hollow next because that one has a history. So Hollow has been up since 2021, about the same time as MLGO, and it's seen great spikes, even bigger than MLGO, and three huge ones, and then four or five, if you include the recent uh, spike back in August of 2024 when it went up to $12, $13, and then more recently in January where it went up to, I think it was around $8, $7, $8. So yeah, they are comparable spikes to MLGO, and it's happened 5 times now. Whereas if we look at MLGO, oh look, Hollow's going up. Look at that. It's going up now, so it's up 31%. But if you look at MLGO's chart, it's only spiked a total of, I'm gonna say, two clear spikes. Those were respectively November 2023 and then end of June 2024. So that is, what is that? That's like every 6 to 8 months, maybe even 9. And then now we have one that's just happening. Actually, one happened, I want to say around, no, not August. Just scanning through this chart. Okay, actually it's happening right now. So that's a total of 3. MLGO has had 3 in total. Hollow's had 5 in total. So are we going to go by frequency? I mean, you know what? I think it's better to diversify if we're going to get into this pump and dump business and exploit it. You want to diversify and buy each one of these 3 at the right entry point. Okay, so we spoke about MLGO, the entry point there, 130 and below. Interestingly enough, Hollow is the same thing. You want this, not that you want it, but if you're going to enter this stock, you're going to buy into the stock at $1.40 and below. And more recently, it was at $1.07. So that is I'm going to say that was actually a good buy, considering now we're at $1.57, up 31% right now as of this moment. So 130 and below is probably even better. So 130 and below for both. So that's pretty simple all across the board. Now let's look at Wimi, because this one, I don't think it's really exploded to the same degree. It had one spike back in December 30, ironically around the time of Hollow, and it went up to 276. Okay, that was the 52-week high, 292. And if we look at the last, it's not loading, but on my phone anyway, if you look at the all chart, 2020, it spiked in July 2020, and then it spiked again February 2021. That's 2. It's like once a year it spikes. And then 2021 again, tiny spike. I won't even call that a spike, to be honest. And it's had these little minuscule spikes from, let's say, 60 cents, 70 cents, all the way to $1.73, then goes right back down to 70 cents, and then more recently in the end of 2024, where it went from 70 cents, 60, 70 cents back in April 2024. It couldn't really break $1. Yeah, it was pretty much $1 seemed the ceiling for this stock, $1.08, $1.10, and then finally broke out to 240. I think that's going to repeat itself. I really feel that's going to happen. That's just my opinion. I don't know why this isn't loading. In any case, so Wimi, has seen a total of 2 spikes in the last 5 years or 5, 6 years. That's not a great track record, but I do believe of the three, because it hasn't pumped and dumped to the same level, it's due for one. So that's all I wanted to talk about for this video, is that to reassure you that uh, these three are pump and dumps. Let's not mince our words. They're pump and dumps, but the point is they're not your typical pump and dumps where they pump and dump and then you never see them again. They just disappear off the face of the earth. These have been around. Wimi's been around since 2020, and then you've got Hollow and MLGO that have been around respectively since 2021, both of them. Whereas we see Hollow has spiked total of 5, maybe 6 times. Let's just put it at 5. And then MLGO has spiked now a total of 3 times, including today. So it's good to diversify if you're going to play this system, play this game. It's a dangerous game, mind you. But if you are buying at these entry points that I mentioned, again, respectively, MLGO or Hollow, $1.30 and below. MLGO was just yesterday $1.20, I believe. Sorry, $1.10, $1.10, $1.12. It's at $1.17 just yesterday, and then went all the way up to $11. Like, it went up 1,000% to $11.71. Literally from $1.17 to $11.71. Isn't that insane? So that's what happened with MLGO today. And Hollow, so you could even lower that to $1.20 and below, but $1.30 I think is pretty safe for both. $1.30 and below. And then Microcloud Hologram, aka Hollow, was at $1.10 just earlier in February 20th. Just what was that? Yesterday. Was it $1.07? $1.07. Now it's up at $1. Was it $1.76? Now it's at $1.57. And Wimi's really the one that has the most potential for a breakout because, again, it hasn't really squeezed, in my opinion, to its full potential. The highest it's been was 276, 52-week range. It says 292. I think this could get to double digits, just like its brother and sister, or its children, whatever you want to call them, because they both spiked to double digits respectively. Hollow to $13 last year, and then just today, MLGO, I should say, spiked to $11.71. So I do believe Wimi will get to similar numbers, maybe $10, something like that, is the true resistance. So that's all for this video. I wanted to make sure I get that out there. The previous video was just to show how they're related, and then it's a really kind of conspiracy theory, kind of connecting the dots there. But this one is really to sort of lay down the facts regarding the situation, that yes, they could be connected with Hollow with these other two stocks, but they are pump and dumps. But we have to rest assured, it's not going to last forever. I'm not saying they're going to hang around for 10 more years. We really don't know, or even 2 more years. But if you're going to play the system, you have to get into these stocks at the right entry point, and these are the right entry points in my opinion, and then sell them just at $10, and you'd be making 1,000%, almost 900%, something like that, profit. So okay, so that's all for this video. Have a great weekend. The market is closing, actually just closed. So Hollow finished the day plus 31, let's just call that 32%. MLGO finished the day at, what's that, plus 445% at 639. So it's showing on my screen there. I actually have it here at 636, so up 453, and it's up a little bit post after hours at 695 right now. Hollow is down a little bit, 151, and then Wimi is up 27%. Last thing I wanted to mention though is let's look at the volume, because Notice how MLGO had 522 million volume today. It went up exponentially, 453%, was up as high as, I think it was 900%. Let's just look at that exact number. Yeah, around 900, 800, 900% today. Off of 500 million volume plus, 500 million plus volume. If Hollow had that much volume, yes, it would hit those similar numbers. But it only had 184 million. Not only, I mean, that's still a large number for Hollow. And it boosted up to 32%. Now, if we look at Wimi, on the other hand, its volume was really paltry. 32 million, really small compared to the other two guys. And it was up 27%. So actually, even higher, almost as high, I should say, almost as high as Hollow. And a lot less volume. So imagine it was at 100 million volume. Whammy, you're going to see numbers like $5 plus for that. So that's the last thing I want to point out. And with that, I want to thank you for watching this video. And take care. Have a great weekend. And we'll do the next video when another huge event like this happens. Okay, so thank you. And check you out in the next one.